In our last few minutes, I want to talk about money, which is what's needed to pay for the good work that you and others do. You and the Red Crescent movement have called for a nearly $3 billion program to deal with pervasive inequalities that have been revealed by the COVID pandemic. So that proposal is on the table. Your own organization, the ICRC, which you've talked about so powerfully today, you said last December is badly underfunded in terms of the work that it needs to do. Has that funding situation improved, and how can you get the money that you're able to use so effectively to keep doing your job?
Well, we have been generously funded largely by OECD countries over the last couple of years. But of course, with the spike in needs that we have seen with increasing fragile situations that we have talked about, David, the gap between our resources and the needs has increased, and this is true for the whole humanitarian sector. I think what we need is a broader community of states shouldering the bill. It's probably a new deal on how to support some of the essential frontline work that humanitarians are doing. It's mobilizing also capital in the international institutions, from the World Bank to the regional development banks. We are in talks with the World Bank in particular to see how the bank and even the fund can create facilities able to deal with some of the disruptive instabilities with which countries are dealing today. I think it is important also to look for new financial instruments, participation of the private sector, new financial instruments. And then it is important at the same time that we do not use the money to move people further into dependencies. And I think this is maybe the critical balance to find. On the one side, we need more money, but we also need to encourage people to find productive activities much earlier than maybe we have done in the past, in order to move them faster out of the worst crisis, which always comes with dependencies. People don't want to be dependent from handouts of the international community. And so the delicate message that I'm giving tonight is that, yes, on the one side, we need to be able to cope with emergencies. We need to have more states more generously participating in the global burden sharing, more international organizations participating in this burden sharing. And at the same time, we need to find income generating activities earlier on to help people stand on their own feet. And this is basically the best strategy I would suggest to narrow the gap which you have alluded to.